Hi Wannables, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily if you guys are new here. I just recently finished the entire produce series, Produce 101 Season 2, where of course they announced the 101 lineup, so this is the perfect time to get into this group. We're doing 4 songs today. Of course, Energetic, which is their debut track, Beautiful Performance Version, Boomerang, and Burn It Up. I've heard of Beautiful, and I've heard of Burn It Up. We heard Burn It Up when we watched, I think it was Boys Planet. So, yeah, definitely. We heard Burn It Up when we watched Boys Planet. So I've heard the song before, but not from 101. And I did watch the Mama where, like, they brought 101 back, and I watched their performance, and they performed Beautiful. So I've at least heard the song before, but that is the only time I've heard this song, and I do not really remember what it sounds like. I remember it being, like, a fantastic performance because everybody was so, like, in awe of 101's return. And that was like a big thing. I think that was really the first realization I had to how truly massive 101 was. And I think I always kind of knew, but that really was like the first time I got to see it with my own eyes. Now with Energetic, I had like the part of the song I've heard is of course the chorus. I feel like everybody's at least heard that part of Energetic. It's an iconic song. But I've always been so intrigued by who starts that chorus, the like "you make me feel so high" part, because even when I like didn't get into Produce, prior to all of that, like years ago, I heard the song for the first time and I was like, that is a voice. That is not a voice I have heard in K-pop before. That is not like the color of whoever does that, the vocal color is so like unique, and the vocal tone is so unique. So I was like, this is a voice. This has piqued my interest. And then like years later, I watched Produce 101, became a fan of those guys. Now we're getting to 101 finally. But that was really like my main thing going into this. I was like, I gotta figure out whose voice that is. But I don't really have a bias yet for this group. But if I had to pick one, I was just absolutely smitten by Ong Song-woo by the end of that show. So if I had like a front runner coming into this, it would definitely be him. But like I said, I don't know the guys well enough to like really pick a bias. So there were a couple of them I knew prior to getting into Produce 101, but I don't really know much about their personalities. So I will at some point do a guide. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into our first one, which is 101's debut, Energetic. Oh, it was that was all the companies that like participated. 101. I like the piano choreo. 너와 나의 입술이 점점 느껴지는 이 순간 속에 뜨거운 공기. I know they were like nation sons at the time. I don't know why 나도 모르게 더 빠져들어가 숨 막히게 baby. I don't know why 지금 이 순간 멈출 수 없는 기분 no 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 Make me feel so high 미치겠어 날 멈출 순 없어. That's hilarious because like he was gonna, if I said I had a front runner for a bias, it was going to be him, and yet he's the person that's singing the part I was like the most intrigued by, and like what got me into this song, or what made me like invested in this song, or to get my attention at first. That's so funny. J1, yes. Vocals. That's hilarious. Ooh.
멈추는 그 순간까지 너를 지켜줄게 사라지지.
Okay, if you haven't seen my reaction to Produce, they're on Patreon, but from like episode 1, I don't know what happened, what convinced me, like what information I saw or heard or whatever. I was like dead set on Bae-jin Young not being in the debut lineup. I was like, he went to Produce, he didn't make it, he went to CIX, and that was like, now he's a member of CIX. I don't know where I got lost in translation of like the years I've been in K-pop and the information I have gathered about 101, but I just did not think Bae-jin Young made the debut lineup. Like from the first episode, before, it wasn't like I watched him throughout the process and was like, oh, he's not debut ready. What? No, I came in and was like, Bae-jin Young is not making this lineup. Because I want to get into CIX because I like their music, and he was like a member I knew from them that was in 101, or that was a part of this process. But yeah, I was just like dead set that he did not make the debut lineup, and I made an absolute fool out of myself when the finale came and he was the first one to be announced as a member. So like, that's what reminded me of it.
멈추는 그 순간까지 너를 지켜줄게 사라지지 않게 한순간의 작은 약속들은 아냐 이제 말해 내게 baby You tell me how to feel 1, 2, 3 and 4 네 옆에 딴 놈들이 거슬렸죠
Come on, rappers.
오직 너만을 지키는 killer 말 그대로 난 좀 죽여줘 너를 품에 안고 비상해 걱정은 버려 지하에 뭐를 하든 간에 하나라는 수식어가 맴돌 거야 너와 나의 귓가에
I know for a fact Woojin's voice was that low during the show, but I guess because it's been a minute since I've seen something from the show, because I finished it like a couple of weeks ago, and so I haven't heard their voices in a minute, but hearing him from the get-go, dang, hit you like a ton of bricks. When people talk about deep voices of K-pop, why do they never talk about? I've never heard anybody mention him. Ooh. This is so cute. They're so cute. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that. Jaewon's vocals are amazing, 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 amazing. I loved his promotions he just did. They were so much fun. Ooh. These ad-libs? Okay, I think I want to say that 101 was solely based off of domestic votes. I know after they dropped this debut, Korea was like, we did a phenomenal job on this. Because they were so good. These ad-libs here at the end, they look so cute and like cool with these sunglasses and bubblegum. Ooh, damn! Ooh. Oh, there's like a nice little outro. Please, Daniel and Jihoon. They like all have light colored hair. They're like all shades of like light brown. This was so cute. This was so good. I still find it hilarious that I was like, yes, I got in, or I was peaked. My interest was piqued by 101, by the chorus of Energetic, and then I watched Produce 101, and I was like, yes, Ong Song-woo was my front runner for Bias, and then he ended up being the person I was like, whose voice I was like interested in. This was so good. I love this song. Like, that chorus is so catchy. So catchy. Even though I like was not a fan of 101 prior to, because not even because I didn't like their music or didn't whatever. I just like did not know anything about 101. To like getting to see them at Produce and everything. This was everything I could have imagined their debut would be. It was so good. It was so good. Vocals. J1. Oh my goodness, all of them. But J1, those ad-libs, and I think Minhyun did an ad-lib, a couple here at the end. So good. My rappers killed it. I still like that break that they did towards the end with Kong Daniel in the center. Amazing. It was so good. Next we have Beautiful performance version. I want to say this is a slower song from what I remember. So let's go ahead and get into this. I think this is so cool to get all their, like, the companies they're from. 101 Studio. I don't think there's any captions on this. Now they had different versions of Beautiful, but this was the like most viewed one. Like this was the most popular one. Okay, I feel like I matched this in B with what I'm wearing.
I miss you so much. 이제서야 느껴 우리 공간. I miss you so much. 이렇게 눈물이 나는데 왜 난 몰랐을까? So beautiful, beautiful. 그 누구보다 아름다울 너니까. 아프지 마, 울지 마. 널 향한 노래야. 들린다면 다시 돌아와. 그리워. 홀속에 혼자 서 있는 모습이 낯설어. 네가 필요해. 이제야 느끼는 내가 너무 싫어.
Okay, because 101 debuted at the very, very end of third gen, I was kind of interested to see what their sound was going to be. Because Energetic is a very upbeat song, given the title and everything. But because it was like on the cusp of two generations, I didn't know if their music was going to pull more third gen or if it was going to be kind of a newer sound different from third gen and pull more towards what fourth gen started to be. This is like peak third gen sound. So they like, you can definitely tell if you listen to a group and you don't know whether they're like second gen, third gen, for whatever, you can kind of tell based off of their sound or what their discography and music sounds like as to where they kind of land in terms of generation. This is like peak third gen music. I like their choreography. Hold on.
기억은 바다처럼 넓은 창고라고 그 안에서 하루 종일 헤매도 혼자 느끼는 외로움마저 유일한 너의 흔적이라고 억지로 눈 감은 채 견디고 있어.
I am a big fan of rapper Woojin. Big fan. I think his voice is very different from the rest of it, from everybody else, because it is so deep. So like when he comes in, oh, it's so good. Especially, I like that they put him after, I want to say he's after a vocal part. I think it's such a good contrast. It's so good, especially from like a falsetto. Get it, Davey.
So beautiful, beautiful. 그 누구보다 아름다운 너니까 아프지 마, 울지 마. 널 향한 노래가 들린다면 다시 돌아와. Oh 그리워, 그리워. 거울 속에 혼자 서 있는 모습이 낯설어 두려워. 네가 필요해. 이제야 느끼는 내가 너무 싫어. 이렇게 너처럼 예쁜 꽃이라고 네 앞에 다시 서고 싶어.
Me and Jihoon are like matching. Proud of myself.
네 앞에 나타나고 싶어. 익숙했던 시간들을 손끝으로 그려 돌지 않는 시계처럼 제자리에서 울어. 반짝이던 너 천사 같은 너 아름다운 널 맘껏 안아보고 싶어.
Ooh,
다시 보고
good.
싶어. Beautiful, beautiful.
Come on, Minhyun. Look at such angelic vocals. Dang, Taylor. I love this. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna be a big fan of 101. It's gonna take me like 3 seconds to be a oneable. I can't wait to get into these guides, but it's actually really nice to go into this like really already kind of knowing 101. Like I got to see their personalities and stuff through Produce, but once you fully debut, you kind of get to relax a little bit. You're not always stressed out about trying to make an elimination or make a cut or whatever, trying to debut. You've debuted. You've done the like hard part, well, part of the hard part, because being an idol in itself is extremely difficult. But now they get to kind of like relax just a little bit. And we get to see them on variety shows and everything, which y'all let me know some 101 variety shows I'd love to see. But their music is, from what I've heard so far, I really was a big fan of Energetic. I'm a big fan of Beautiful. Really, really enjoy this. They have a nice balance. Like the rappers are singing, but then you have the really, really strong vocalists, and then really, really strong rappers, but vocalists can also rap, rappers can also sing. It's just a nice balance. And their voices are very, very like contrasting with each other. And so it doesn't sound like it's not like monotone. It's not the same thing the entire time. You can have those dynamics because there's so many different colors coming from 101. And it's just really, really nice to hear.
Beautiful, beautiful. 어디선가 울고 있진 않을까. 떠나지 마, 가지 마. 사랑한다, 거짓말. 어떤 말이든 주니까. 그리워의 마지막 그 말.
Ooh.
네가 필요해. 이제야 느끼는 내가 너무 싫어. 바보같이 아쉬운.
Are we coming full circle? Are we gonna start and end with Daniel? I'm actually a big fan of that. I love when groups come full circle. This wasn't their like last song. Right? Like, this isn't the final song that they did 5 years ago. That's crazy. But I don't know, the very end of that felt a lot sadder than I was planning on it being. But like I was saying, I like when groups do like full circle. They had the like heavily edited voice of Daniel at the beginning, and then he did it all the way to he was the last person in the song, and then even full like closure in the MV with him on the outside of the door, like shutting it. This was so good. I really enjoyed this performance version. I was a big fan. But yeah, you can definitely tell like this is a third gen group. They have a very strong third gen sound. Okay, so next we have Boomerang. So I don't think this one has captions either. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into this. Wow, this is very different. Oh my god. That was crazy. Y'all like... That was insane. Oh, come on, what a life.
Boomerang. Hey, 돌아버려. Boom, 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 boom. 네 마음 향해 슛 하고 던졌는데 oh my god. 화살은 내게 feel 하고 다시 날아와는 괴롭히네 no 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 대체 뭔데? What? 나를 미치게 해. 나를 미치게 해. 나도 나름 괜찮은데. Hey, 어떻게 너는 나를 작아지게 하는 거지? I don't know.
This sounds specifically like 2015. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody who heard like 2015's K-pop, but this sounds exactly like 2015 K-pop. Like specifically that. This was so good. Okay, this was strong start.
Hey, 돌아버려. Boom, 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 boom. 네 마음 향해 슛 하고 던졌는데 oh my god. 화살은 내게 feel 하고 다시 날아와는 괴롭히네 no 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 대체 뭔데? What? 나를 미치게 해. 나를 미치게 해. 나도 나름 괜찮은데. Hey, 어떻게 너는 나를 작아지게 하는 거지? I don't know. 네 얼굴 행동 하나하나 다 love it no no no.
It could also pass for like 2016 K-pop as well.
나를 봐, 나만 봐. 내 옆에만 꼭 붙어 있어줘. 그대여 가지 마세요. Wing 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 wing. Boomerang.
Oh, that's so good. Hold on.
Love it no 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 no. 나를 봐, 나만 봐. 내 옆에만 꼭 붙어 있어줘.
So you have strong vocals and then continue.
Wing 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 wing. Boomerang.
Oh,
Hey, 돌아버려. 내가 도는 건지 달린 건지. Hey, 돌아버려. Boom 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 boom. Boomerang. 너에게 나 달려가, oh baby 내 품에 와줘. 솔직하게 말할게, 나 같은 남자는 없어, never let you go. 너만 보는 바보.
all these reverse shots look so cool.
Boom 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 boom. Boomerang. 너에게 나 달려가, oh baby 내 품에
Love
와줘.
his voice. Love him.
솔직하게 말할게, 나 같은 남자는 없어, never let you go. 너만 보는 바보. 쇼 위에서 놀려대.
Come on, rapper.
너만 내게 있으면 돼. All I wanna do. 네 얼굴 행동 하나하나 다 Love it, no, no, no.
Visual.
No, 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 no. 나를 봐, 나만 봐. 내 옆에만 꼭 붙어 있어줘. 그대 기억하지 마세요. Wing, 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 wing. Boomerang. Hey, 날려버려. 내게 빠진 건지 홀린 건지. Hey, 날려버려. Boom, 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 boom.
Bridge. I love how like computerized all these sound effects sound. Oh my god.
Boom, 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 boom.
Like there's just this bridge is just sound effects. It's the like rewind sound.
Baby, 넌 날아가, don't you know?
That's such an interesting production choice, but it was so cool.
Baby, 넌 날아가,
And it
don't you
fits
know? 얼마나
because there's
내가
kind of a cut in
원하는지
between
I
it.
promise you.
Oh wait, well that was dope as hell. Hold on.
Baby, 넌 날아가, don't you know? 얼마나 내가 원하는지 I promise you.
Oh,
난 너.
that was amazing. That was just a nice little reverse shot, or shot just pulled in reverse, but it looks so clean given the like sound effects and everything going on. But like I was saying, usually a lot of the times when you kind of have those kind of when you're kind of tossing back to a section that maybe doesn't flow as nicely as you would like, some people put like snares in there to kind of distract the ear. Some people put bass slides, this, that, and whatever. But with Boomerang, they did a whole bunch of different types of like reverse sounds, like you were rewinding a tape, like you were God, there was just different ones that they can't come to my mind right now. But then they had the kind of like cut, and it almost felt like an inhale of air and back into Daniel. It was just like, it was just a really cool effect.
Baby, 넌 날아가, don't you know?
Like that sound distracts it enough for you to easily come back in.
난 너뿐.
Jihyun looks amazing. They all do. But I like did a still frame of Jihyun.
Wing, 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 wing. Boomerang. Hey, 돌아버려. 내가 도는 건지 달린 건지.
Ooh. Yeah, Daniel fighting for his life out here.
Boom, 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 boom. Boomerang.
Oh, oh, oh! They kind of had a shot like that. It wasn't arrows, but it may have been arrows. Similarly to a shot they did in Wasa's Maria, and it's a really, really cool effect. It's kind of you can do it in After Effects, and it's kind of time consuming. So, props to whoever laid out that scene for 101 because it was an amazing shot to end on. This was these are three very, 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 very different songs and very different sounds. So I was really just like picking random ones. And I think Boomerang was kind of random. I think the other three I had heard of. Because the last one we're going to do is Burn It Up, which they did in Boys Planet. But it was like one of the first suggestions for 101, so I figured it'd be a good one to do. But yeah, these were three very, very different sounds. So I'm getting to see different sides of 101 here at the get-go, which makes me very, very happy. So I can look forward to like a more diverse discography when I get into their albums. And I'm not sure how many comebacks 101 had. Like I said, my information on them is very, very, very slim. So I'll know more once I start doing guides and stuff. But lastly, we have Burn It Up extended version. This was like the first one I saw. So I'm not sure if there's a different version of it, but this is the one we're going to go with. So with that being said, 101's Burn It Up extended version. Of course. Okay. I can already tell that I'm probably really going to like the sound design of this, because this is such a minute detail, but it adds so much with the different shots when you go from like close up back to these wide shots, and maybe even like a even closer up if he does like the horse's face or whatever. Just moving from different shots, they increase and decrease the gain of the audio. It kind of almost feels more realistic, because that's what a lot of like feature films actually do. The easy way to go would just do because you're in the same location, do the same nat sound the entire time. But I don't know, there's just something very like authentic about those changes. So whoever did the sound design, like the sound editor for this, I'm already like a fan of, because it's just like such a simple thing to do, but I feel like it adds a lot. It reminds me, Tomorrow by Together, see the difference between the sounds. I was not expecting the horse to morph into whatever shape that was into this looks like Kong Daniel. I was just trying to talk about the sounds and the editing. Okay. I was so thrown off. I don't even remember what I was about to say. I said something about Tomorrow by Together also does that, and I really, really like it. But I thought I was going to say something else. I really don't remember. That blew my mind. Okay. But like, you hear the difference between the shots. It's really cool. Why? What was the purpose? Maybe I need to see the lyrics. I don't know. Yeah, y'all, he's probably gonna be my bias. Like, just, and like, I can't. I just love his voice, and look at him, and yeah, I have a strong feeling he's gonna be at least one of my biases. But I also usually bias vocalists and dancers. Actually, I usually bias dancers. I'm really like this. Almost this entire MV has been like extreme close-ups, and I'm like, they have these little shots here and there, but we're going from extreme close-up to extreme close-up to extreme close-up to extreme close-up. Usually you want to go from like a wide shot to a medium shot to a close-up to like a full shot to an extreme close-up. Like you want those like changes, because if you do like a medium shot to a medium shot to a medium shot to a medium shot, or like a close-up to a close-up, it's more jarring and it's almost like a whole bunch of jump cuts. But I think the like shots being kind of out of focus kind of make up for it. Like, see how they go in and out of focus? I can't tell if I like that part or not. Editing wise, not song wise. No, that was so cool. Jihoon? And like, there's layers to that. I don't know if I can pause it. Like, there's layers to it. It gives that 3D feel. And I'm assuming this entire thing is gonna be entirely in black and white. Did I miss a growl in there? These are so cool. It's kind of there. Oh, I forgot this is that number. Ooh. Ooh. I know Wannables, like, this ended everybody. Like, there were very few Wannables left after this. Because this is like a sexier number. But I love this. The unison. Sing. And that's the first time we've seen color. I need them to do something with it. I wonder why they did those little like solar flares at the end. in color.
새로운 세대가 열려 있는 그대로 받아들여 뭐가 다른지 보여줄게 날 따라 follow up 소리 높여 하나가 돼 We'll make you 활활활 우린 좀 young and wild 태어날 때부터
So the extended version is just like more shots of them.
그저 앞만 보고 어둠을 뚫고 왔지 D-I-double-F-E-R-E-N-T 터뜨려 난 like a boom boom pow 비보다 지는 형제들과 더 높은 꿈을 향해 가 Let's fly 이제 시작이야 It's time to light 내 안에 잠들던 불빛을 깨워 This is 너와 나의 길
I kind of like the fun little candid shots in between all these. The like rack focuses though are like hurting my eyes. Probably because I already can't see. But I like the song. Like I had already heard the song, but it was nice to hear it from 101. But yeah, what was the purpose of the horse? I may like miss the message because I'm not seeing the lyrics because there weren't any captions. But why was Kong Daniel like a horse? Am I missing something? Like there may have been a complete message in the lyrics, but like knowing this song, and like I said, this was like a more like sexier, mature concept. I don't think it had anything to do with horses. So I was just so confused. Also, the sound design at the beginning, I was like, yes, this is so cool. And then like there wasn't really a whole lot to it at the end. There was so much going on in this MV. The MV was like, I'm still on the fence about the MV. The song is spectacular. I think this was a good like way to dip my toe into 101. Because I got to see different sides with each 4 of these songs. They were very different, kind of hit different genres. I would be excited to get into their B-sides, plus like dance practices or performance videos where I could see the full choreo, because I know they're good dancers because I got to see them the entirety through Produce 101, and by this time they would have trained like a day in and day out to get ready for debut, plus like in some months into debut or in a year into debut. Now because their time period was shorter, and like I said earlier, I don't know how much music 101 was able to put out in their time, but they had quite a few MVs, and that may be one of the reasons why they have so many like extended versions plus movie versions plus because I saw different versions of different songs when I was looking up which ones to react to. But I'd be excited to do a guide. Like I said, I usually buy I don't know why I'm talking about biases now, because this is like my first video with 101. But in my like normal other groups that I stand, I usually bias dancers, main dancers, or lead dancers that are also main vocalist. So, or main dancers that are lead vocalists. I usually like, very seldomly do I usually stand rappers. I don't know what it is, but the rappers I do stand are usually main dancers, if that makes sense. So I'm like more of a dancer vocal girl, but I talked about Ujin a lot in this, so who knows? This is 101 may turn things around, so we'll see. But with that being said, be on the lookout for my next 101 reaction. It'll probably be a guide, because I really would like to know more about these guys than what I saw on Produce, and we all know like Produce is Produce. You're not always gonna get like the full sides of them. You're gonna get whatever edited sides Mnet wants you to get. So just to like see them relaxed and chilled and after debut kind of just enjoying each other's presence and getting to do variety shows and fun stuff would be nice to see. So, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun, and I will see you next time. Bye, Wannables.